And Baldy, thank you as always for your time. We appreciate it. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. So what did you think about what you saw from the Ravens on Thanksgiving night? And is this sort of what we're going to see the rest of the way?
Well, you're not going to see Pittsburgh with a quarterback play like Joe Burrow. No. I don't, that was Joe, he was pretty spectacular. Got the ball to everybody in that game. Ayasavash, everything, But, honestly, the turnovers, they crushed you. Lamar's fumbles, Flowers, likely. I think they all laid the ball on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
And so that has not been what led them to, the win streak, the 5-game win streak they had. They had been taking the ball away. So that was a total departure. But, they got to get back to playing their brand of football. They got to run the ball better than they have run it. And we expect more from Lamar than what we're getting. And so, that's, the team is based on, playing sound defense, which they had done. And then, just better offensive play all the way around. That's what I expect to see on Sunday against Pittsburgh.
Baldy, I feel like we've asked you about the Steelers' defense a couple times this year, but it was a new low on Sunday. They gave up 249 yards on the ground, most since 1975 in Pittsburgh. What did you see in the film that the Bills were doing, and could this be a defense that the Ravens could bounce back against?
Well, first of all, they were looking to get blocks, not defeat blocks. I saw safeties, Jalen Ramsey, Pick Duggar. They were looking to go hit people that weren't the ball carrier. It just made no sense, And then guys just up front, whether it was CJ or Ward or, Hayward, it was just, they were just stuck on blocks and playing way too high. Just bad fundamental football. And Chicago's,
Buffalo.
But yeah, Buffalo. Buffalo, they're playing two backup tackles in there.
Yeah.
And, James Cook, Ray Davis, it didn't matter who was running the ball. They had lanes and, they were getting clear holes. And I had seen, Pittsburgh's been a bad defense for most of the year, but I have not seen that from them, that level of play. And then on top of that, I didn't see anybody hit anybody. There was no hitting, there was no violence, there was no contact. They're literally eating blocks all day long. And I would expect, especially with all the attention to the head coach and everything else, that, they will play a different brand of football on Sunday in Baltimore.
Well, that's sort of it, right? If this doesn't galvanize them and we don't see a different degree of focus and energy and even, the E word, effort, then they're basically waving the white flag on their season. Do you think that's kind of fair to say? If they don't turn this into their Super Bowl, then Mike Tomlin is going to have his first losing season, and there's going to be a whole lot of un-Pittsburgh-like stuff coming to Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, and, I agree. They got old, and then the old guys aren't really being very productive right now. So, but yes, this used to be really what the NFL was all about when Pittsburgh and Baltimore played, whether it was playoffs, regular season. It was, it was the most physical game that you would watch all year long. You didn't have to, if you were on the sidelines and you close your eyes, you would shudder at the level of contact, that was being displayed by these two teams. And so I would think, if you can't get ready to go play Baltimore for first place in the division, then I agree with you, Jason. I think that, they'll be packing bags, and I think there'll be, a lot of changes being made. Because the noise, the noise is coming from ex-players.
Yes.
That played for Mike Tomlin. That's, it's not the fans. The fans are the fans. But we're talking about ex-Ben Roethlisberger. We're talking about, some great players in that organization that are
Baldy,
sounding off right now.
No offense to Bernard Pollard, but when Bernard Pollard goes off on Harbaugh around here, people are like, well, it's Bernard Pollard.
Yeah.
These are guys
seconds.
who were the faces of Super Bowl winning teams.
Bernard Pollard was putting people to sleep out there. Yes, but when you hear from some of the great players in the Steelers rafters, popping off about they need a change.
Yeah.
That's significant to me because that's what the Rooneys will listen to.
Yes,
they probably will listen to those players and what they're having to say about the coach. And it's not just it's not just Mike. I mean, I don't think it's a great staff, you know. And you're defensively, offensive line, like you're not seeing development of players to any degree right now.
Talking to Brian Baldinger, it's Inside Access here on The Fan. So, Baldy, we saw the Ravens. They weren't good Thursday night. The Steelers were bad Sunday. The Bengals are only 2 games back at this point. In your mind, are we living in a world where the Bengals could mess around and win this division still?
It's possible. I mean, if you stink it up like you did last week, it's certainly possible. But, I have not seen that defense play like that in years. I mean, that was the best performance we have seen. And now, is that Joe Burrow? They got to go to Buffalo this weekend. It's not going to be easy. But Joe Burrow, I mean, I would, if I had a few extra shekels that I could throw on a player and bet those on, I mean, I would put it on Joe. I mean, that level of concentration and just listening to that guy in the post-game press conference on Thanksgiving night, like, I was getting emotional. Like, he's like, well, why are you coming back to play, Joe? I mean, you're not going. And he's like, because I love to play. Yeah. And that's just it. He just loves to play. He missed a bunch of time. He wants to be out there with his teammates. And I remember talking to him against Baltimore last year, guys, in Cincinnati, that Week 5 game that was a thriller. And it might even have been an overtime game. But I remember talking to Joe on the sideline before the game. He's like, Baldy, I gotta be perfect. And what he meant was not like complete every pass, but I have to be at my very best for us to have a chance to win the game. And I know that. And my team knows that. And I think it's not pressure. That's just kind of what he expects from himself.
Baldy, let's spin it forward. Week 14 kicks off tonight. Should be a really fun game. Cowboys taking on the Lions. How do you see tonight playing out?
I can't wait. I can't wait for this game. Detroit, since they lost to Green Bay Week 1, it was disappointing. They won 4 in a row. They looked like they were back. And then they literally, from that point on, October 5th, they have 1-1, lost 1, 1-1, lost 1 for literally 10 straight weeks or 9 straight weeks now. And so the pattern says they should win tonight at home. But they haven't played well at home. Their secondary is beat up. I don't know. Maybe you guys know better. I don't know what Amon-Ra St. Brown's status is for tonight's game. That was an ugly injury on Thanksgiving. Yeah. They lost Laporta. Like, they have 2 home run hitters in the lineup in Jamison Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs. And if they get those guys going, I could see a really high-scoring game. But Dallas' offense looks about as good as anybody's right now to me. And Dak is playing great. I think they believe in the coach. And so they've rebuilt their defense on the fly. Like, I think Dallas has a really good shot to go in there and win their 4th in a row tonight.
Kansas City Chiefs. I know I bring them up all the time. I can't quite figure them out. They have been really good at home and terrible on the road. They get the Texans at home. But, boy, Baldy, I just feel like on Thanksgiving night, Dallas outclassed them across the board. Like, where are you on the Chiefs?
I'm not high on them.
Yeah.
I'm not high on them. And, look, I don't need a bunch of stats to tell me that Houston's the best defense. You just have to turn the TV on. Just watch that team play. Like, they're so basic, Jason. Honestly, they're a 4-man front. They don't deviate. They play a single high safety. They pack the box to stop the run, and then they hit everything that moves. And if Myles Garrett wasn't so freaking good this year, I mean, I would say Will Anderson would be my choice for the defensive player. He plays the game the right way. His energy level that he plays at every snap is unmatched by anybody in this league right now. It's a credit. It's just a credit to him, to D'Amico, how they get these guys right. But they are healthy on defense. Now, maybe Mahomes has a few more rabbits out of the hat.
Yeah.
You never bet against him, but they're going to hit him. He's going to get hit in this game. Yeah. And they're without their left tackle. That's been an issue all year. That's Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson out there going against them. Like, if I was Patrick Mahomes, I wouldn't be holding that ball very long against this group.
Before we let you go, Baldy, the Monday night game, Eagles and Chargers, and the Eagles' offense still looks broken. Chargers, well, their quarterback's got a broken hand, but it sounds like he's going to play. What do you think of this Eagles team right now, and are you buying the Chargers at all?
I'm buying the Chargers. This is Kamani Vidal. I mean, everybody wished they could have a 4th running back like that. That was his 3rd 100-yard rushing day of the year last week, and that's with backup tackles and quarterback with a broken hand, the whole thing. But defensively, they're still very good. they're very, very good defensively. And I don't believe in Philadelphia's offense at all. And I live in Philly, and I hear all the noise. And the quarterback has to play better. But they're without Lane Johnson, they're never very good, and he's not out there. They lead the league in 3-and-outs. If you go 3-and-out against a Charger team, they're going to beat you. And so, they got to get back to sustaining some offense. And last year Saquon averaged 5.8 yards a carry. This year it's 3.7 yards a carry, and you just don't see a reason why it's going to change right now.
Baldy, always great, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
we appreciate
brother.
it. We'll chat next week.
Yeah. Take care, guys. You bet, man. Enjoy the weekend. See you.
That was Odyssey NFL Insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider Calls brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. Jared Dulock from the Pittsburgh Post, because that's going to join us at 3:30. But coming up next, man, the Steelers look bad on Sunday. But just how bad is this Steelers team? We'll tell you next here on The Fan.